What if your biggest productivity problem wasn't distraction? I mean, you're busy, you're not lazy, but maybe you're leading without protecting your focus. And it's costing you clients, it's costing you clarity, and it's costing you your best ideas.
Pour a cup of clarity, sip a spark of insight. Coffee with karma, your morning feels just right.
If you're tired of to-do lists that never end, of productivity hacks that only seem to work on paper but not in real life, if you're tired of hearing about the Pomodoro technique one more time because you know it doesn't work for you, it works for some people, but maybe it doesn't work for you, then this episode of Coffee with Karma is for you because I will be breaking down 5 powerful high performance focus strategies that are not the Pomodoro effect, and they might surprise you because they don't necessarily lead with the idea of productivity, but they lead into productivity. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help big thinkers, visionary leaders, and established experts write, publish, and market client attracting books to grow their business. And I do it with a flair of gamification and ethical AI so that it's fun and easy and goes more swiftly than one might think. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so that the YouTube algorithm knows that this is a video that is worth paying attention to for people like you who want to grow their business with books. Now let's get to the first tip. Create a focus trigger. Now, this can be music, it can be scents, it can be a specific space where you do your writing work. For example, when I start Coffee with Karma, whether you see it on YouTube or not, I always start with my mug and I say, "Good morning, welcome to Coffee with Karma." That mini ritual usually puts me into the Coffee with Karma mode and I'm ready to go. This morning was a little bumpy. Check out the bloopers. Or maybe you have, now this isn't an example, but maybe you have your favorite pen. This just happens to be the pen I'm using right now. It's not necessarily my favorite pen, but maybe you have a favorite pen. Or maybe there is a little figurine that you put on your desk and say, okay, when I put this figurine in front of me, I'm writing. Or maybe it's something as simple as you have a special timer clock. This one is specifically made for people who have attention issues because what it does is it lights up. And then when the time comes, it usually flashes, but there it is. It flashes. And that tells you the time's up in a gentle way rather than going, which is a little throws you completely off. That it says, okay, it's time, but because it's gentle, it lets you close it up in a more natural manner. Whatever it is for you that makes your brain go, okay, it is time to get to business. It can be a candle. It doesn't matter. Everyone's little focus trigger is different. And you can experiment with several to find the one that works perfectly for you. Tip number 2, decide once and systemize your defaults. So there's this thing called decision fatigue, right? It means that you've got all these things you're thinking of and you're having to decide on this and decide on that and decide. This is why I know people who have like one color of top they wear, period. I know this guy, he literally has a closet full of blue shirts, and that's all he wears. It's his way of getting rid of decision fatigue. Well, one way you could do it that way. I don't like doing it that way. I like colors. But what I do to help so that I'm not having to make that decision first thing in the morning before I go to bed, I decide what I'm going to wear the next day. And the only time I change that is if the weather changes. Because, like, oh, I thought it was going to be warmer than that. Oops. but I decide on that beforehand. Another way to do this is to plan out your week. What are you going to do on each day? Block the time. That works for some people. I always go through my daily to-do list before I go to bed. I make all my morning decisions the night before so that because in the morning, I don't want to make all those decisions. You can do the same and you can work out these things that cause decision fatigue, plan them in advance, and it helps your time go much more swiftly. Number 3, and this is what's called the 90-20 rule. And this is based on what's called a ultradian rhythm. It's kind of like a circadian rhythm, but it's not. This is a 90-minute rhythm we're all in. Every 90 minute, it recycles. So what you do for this is that you work for 90 minutes, then you rest for 20. Work for 90 minutes, then rest for 20. So your sprints are focused and don't go more than 60 to 90 minutes because otherwise your body just builds up fatigue if you try to sprint longer than that. So if you play with your ultradian rhythm, sprint when you're in the high energy part of it, and then rest when you're in the low energy part of it, you're actually making use of your own body's natural rhythms. Layer onto that your personal circadian rhythm, where you put those sprints at the part of the day that you are at your best. You've got a power move that probably will help you get into flow much more easily. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, I know you've got a message, and I want you to get it out into the world so it can be heard. If that's you, then you want to check out my authority book blueprint. And I've got the link down in the show notes just for you. Check it out. Now on to number 4, time block your thinking tasks. Now this works for some people and not for others, and it works in some seasons and not for others. But if you can block out, I'm going to be doing my mental heavy time during this time, don't interrupt me. That can work really well because it gets rid of some of the external distractions that can break your flow. Right now, I personally, time blocking doesn't work for me because of the way my life is set up right now. But there have been other times in my life where time blocking worked perfectly. So, depending on what season you are in your life, time blocking can work really, really well. And take it with some, you want to honor your time blocks, but you also want to honor what needs to happen in your day. So you may have blocked out this 90 minutes to work on your book, but then, I don't know, your kid falls down and needs to go to the doctor, or you're not feeling well that day, or your friend calls because they just need an ear. Sometimes you need to let go for the greater good, but don't let it go because, oh, I really want to fold the laundry. There are things that are going to be higher priority than your time blocks and lower priority than your time blocks. Get those straight in your head and honor your time blocks in a boundaried but flexible way. And finally, number 5, identify and protect your best 90 minutes of the day. This is related to the ultradian rhythm thing. There's probably somewhere in your day that you have 90 minutes where you are just your sharpest. Identify when that is and protect it. That's your writing time. That's your deep thinking time. That is the time when you allow yourself to get into flow. Now, it may take you a little while to find it. It may take you some experimenting where every day you try out a different 90 minutes until you find, oh, when you're doing that, journal about it. Okay, today my 90 minutes was from 9 to 10:30 a.m. and I experienced this. Then the next day it's 10 to 11:30 and whatever it is. But each day go, this was my block of time. This is what I experienced. Then when you've gone through enough of these blocks of times, you can go through your journal notes and go, oh, This one I did really well. Try that one for about a week and see if it works for you. If it turns out, well, that may have been a fluke on the day that you experimented with it, go back to the journals. What's the next one? Try that one for a week. If you can give it a week, then you know for sure whether that's your 90 minutes. And honestly, that 90 minutes may change over time. That 90 minutes may be perfect in 2025, but then suddenly in 2028, it no longer works because your life has changed, your body has changed, something else has changed. I know what I used to be at my sharpest first thing in the morning. As I've gotten older, not so much. I'm actually at my sharpest probably about late morning or early evening. My body's changed, and so has my ultradian and circadian rhythms. So go with the flow of your body and your time calendar. So there you go. 5 ways to help you achieve a higher rate of focus and performance. I hope you enjoyed them. On Wednesday, I will be back with 5 steps to writing consistently in just 15 minutes a day. I will see you then. Until now, this is Carma Spence saying ciao.
Bloopers!
You're not lazy, but you could be leading, but you could be leading with pro gosh, I'm sorry. Let me try this again. What if your biggest productivity issue wasn't distracted? Blah, 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 blah. I can't talk this morning. What's going on? It's the coffee. I haven't had enough of it yet. Take 3.